Hey, everybody. One thing about me, my dreams be having whole movie plots. A few nights ago, I had this dream where there was a flood coming, y'all. Everybody knew it was coming too. It was scheduled. We had time to prepare. And in the dream, I remember wanting to go to Wendy's. And my mom was basically like, no, ma'am, because that's exactly where the flood is coming from. Then somehow, me and this group of people ended up creating a plan. We were trying to prepare and keep ourselves safe. Then these other people came in. They wanted control. They wanted to stop what we were doing and do things their way. There was confusion, pressure, chaos. And I remember feeling like something isn't right here. Eventually, I broke free and said, nope, we're leaving. Then I woke up. And when I woke up, I could not stop thinking about it because honestly, that dream reminded me of my real life. Not the flood, but all the times I ignored myself, stayed in relationships too long, stayed around people too long, settled in situations I knew weren't aligned. And my intuition was right every single time. I just didn't trust it. And I know I'm not the only woman who's done that. I know what it's like to settle because you're scared, to keep choosing everyone else, to second guess yourself until one day you realize peace comes from trusting yourself. And once I trusted myself emotionally, I started trusting myself financially too. Because I realized I wanted more options. I wanted a life I genuinely enjoyed. And that's why tonight matters. Because there are so many women settling emotionally and financially simply because they forgot how to trust themselves. Do, 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 do. Give me 1 second. Do, 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 do. So tonight, I want to talk about something so much bigger than money. I want to talk about options because women deserve options. I deeply believe there are women waking up every single day, going to work, paying bills, taking care of everyone else, and secretly wondering, is this really it? Not because they're ungrateful, because they're tired of surviving. There are women who have stopped believing they have options. We're talking one income, one emergency away from stress, one setback away from panic. And I think that's heartbreaking because God did not put dreams in your heart for you to barely make it. Wanting more does not make you greedy, it makes you honest. I know because I used to feel guilty for wanting more peace, more freedom, more choices. And what I realized is this isn't just about money. One second. Here's what I realized: this isn't just about money. Money is a tool. Options change lives. Options let you breathe. Options let you leave situations that no longer align. Options gives peace, and that's my mission. Helping women stop settling. Helping women trust themselves again. Helping women create more options in life, because when women have options, everything changes. And one of the ways people create more options is by protecting themselves before life happens. So let's talk about why these memberships matter. What I love about Legal and ID Shield is that this is a really this is really about giving everyday people access, affordable access to attorneys. Most people avoid legal help because they assume they can't afford it. This gives people support before problems become bigger, and the outcome is peace. Ingredient number 2: real will preparation. A lot of people love their families but have not prepared for their families. The outcome: protection. And I'll stop right here. There's a story that I know. Woo! She did not know she needed to have a will. She thought her husband was going to make it through. Her name is, I'll disguise it. I'll say Tina. That's close enough to her name. But she did not know that her husband was going to pass away. And y'all, she needed that will because now his sister, the deceased husband sister, is claiming all of his stuff, and she has no say so. Ingredient number 3: identity protection. Everything is online now, y'all. Our information, our finances, our lives, outcome, security. And ingredient number 4: support before emergencies. Y'all want to be prepared. This allows people to prepare instead of panic. I hate when I have to panic. I hate it. I don't like to be like behind the ball game, if that makes sense, right? Outcome is confidence because life feels different when you know you have support. And honestly, that's why people appreciate these memberships so quickly. People often ask, why do people love this so quickly? Because the value is immediate. Support is immediate. I personally experienced this. I had an issue with the previous employer involving a payout. Without support, I probably would have accepted it. Instead, I used an attorney letter. The issue got resolved, and that changed my perspective because it wasn't just about the money. It was realizing I have someone in my corner. That's powerful. People move differently when they know they have support. And that's what led me to create a phrase you hear me say often: backup for life. Used to be options with backup, but now it's backup for life. Everybody say that with me: back up for life. Because that's what this really is. This isn't about expecting bad things. It's about knowing you're not alone if life happens, because life happens. Unexpected things happen. Problems don't ask permission before showing up. And honestly, women deserve options with backup. See, I weave that in there. My business partner Eric joined years ago simply for peace of mind. Later, a landlord tried to blame him for damages and wanted $10,000. Well, He sent an attorney letter. The issue disappeared because he had backup. Backup changes how you move. Backup creates confidence. Backup creates peace. Women deserve backup for life. But who exactly is this foe? Because I don't want, leave it all general, whatever. Because honestly, this is not for everybody. This is for the woman between 25 and 35. She's hardworking, probably in customer service or a people facing role. Everyone depends on her, but she's tired, not lazy, not ungrateful, tired. Bills are paid, but the extras, the breathing room, the freedom, not quite there yet. And security, oh, and secretly, misspoke. And secretly, she's scared. Scared she will be in the same place 10 years from now. Scared she waited too late. Scared wanting more means she's ungrateful. She's already tried budgeting harder, wanting more, pouring into everyone else. And if she's honest, she's tired of settling. I know her because I was her. She doesn't need judgment. She needs options. She needs support. And she needs to trust herself again. So she's sitting here tonight wondering where to begin. My answer is simple. Don't overthink it. Start with the duo. Legal shield plus ID shield. Because life doesn't only happen in one category. This gives you protection from multiple angles. Legal support, identity support, backup for life. This is for the woman who wants peace before problems, preparation before panic, support before emergencies, because preparation is wisdom. Preparation is love. Love for yourself, love for your future, and love for your family. And I know some of y'all still might be wondering, but what if I never need it? Honestly, I hope you never need it. I genuinely do. Because that's the point. We don't buy car insurance hoping for accidents. We prepare life because life happens. And if your needs change, you can cancel anytime. No pressure. But remember Eric's story because he didn't know he'd ever need it until he did. And when life happened, he wasn't alone. That's peace. That's confidence. That's backup for life. So let's land this plane. Tonight we talked about trusting yourself, creating more options, and why women deserve backup for life. If you're thinking, I need more peace, I need more options, I need more support, then my recommendation is simple. Start with the duo. Legal shield plus ID shield. If you like the starter information, simply comment duo, DUO. Just drop duo below. No pressure, no obligation. And if you have any questions, ask them. Seriously. I would rather you ask questions than sit in confusion. Because whether you decide to move forward or not, I hope you leave tonight remembering this. You do not have to settle, not emotionally, not financially, not in any area of your life. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to want peace. You are allowed to create a life you genuinely enjoy. And remember this, a woman with options moves differently. A woman with backup sleeps differently. And a woman who trusts herself changes everything. Good night, everybody.